Hello, my name is Boyce Fitzgerald, and this is Real Life Stock Video. And today we're going to look at how to work with a curator, how to organize your files, and how those two things go together. Today I'm going to show you how I manage, organize my clips for stock video and for other things, for any project I do, including, real estate or just even, home movies or whatever. So what I do is I take from my cameras the raw data and I put it in this drive here. I have two, I hope you can see these. I'll put titles down here. I have two files here, one for raw from cameras, and the other one says stock footage. And I put other things in these as well, but that's just an easy way for me to remember where I put everything. So in the raw cameras folder, I have the year, and I have one for each year. Now you'll only see 2024 here, and the reason for that is that I just happen to move. A lot of times in January, I'll duplicate or copy all the previous years. I don't often go back to the raw footage, so I'll just copy it all and put it on discs, usually at least two copies, and I'll store that. So here, this is just all of the devices or cameras that I record on, and it includes my iPhone here. And then inside of each one of these, you can see the raw footage I shot on that camera. There's a few exceptions. If it's for a YouTube video, I'll put it down here just so I can easily find it. If it's a screen capture, which is what I'm doing now, I'll put it here. And then time lapses, I have a specific folder for, because a lot of times that is not video anyway. It's individual pictures and folders. I process them in LR time lapse almost all the time, and because of that, it's just a different filing system. We don't need to get into that, but what I do is I just put a folder for each device that I might record on, and then within that device I put January, February, March, and inside of each one of those January, February, March, if you're doing a special project like a wedding or real estate, or those are the only types of things that I'll do other than stock video, then you could put it in there as well. So that's all where my raw video goes. Now, once I take that and edit it, then it goes to stock footage most of the time, and I'll have a stock footage folder for each year here. I usually go back a few years because I do access these more often. I use my own footage for stock myself, and also it's easier for me to find it. Like if I'm doing a video like this, then I can find the clip that I want. Then inside of each of those years, I put the months of the year. January, February, March is what we're up to now. And if we look at March, you can see that what I'll do inside of that is I'll put batch 1, batch 2. So I've only done 2 batches for March. I've been traveling a lot, and I've had almost zero time to do stock video, which is why I haven't uploaded a video anytime soon. Then what I'll do is I'll name, let me give you an example here. This clip is a maritime festival in Abu Dhabi. These guys are on the old pearl diving and fishing boats that they used to go on, and I went to this festival in Abu Dhabi on the 2nd of March 2024, and this number here, the 12, is just the sequence of clips based on when I process them. So the reason this is important is when I go back to do the curation for this clip, I'll need to know the name of the city. The country, of course, is easy to figure out, but if you're working with a curator, you might want to put the name of the country too. I'll put where it was, and I'll put the date, so that when I'm curating it, I don't have to go look through my calendar and try to figure out when that is. Now, I did get a question from Steve Loudon on one of my clips, and he asked about how I manage and organize my clips and what my workflow is. And so that's what my workflow is. And on here, a lot of times I'll look at it and see if it has too much noise, or if it has banding or flickering or anything else, and then I can decide if I want to try to fix it, or I'll delete it. And I can always go back to the raw video if I just didn't edit it or color grade it correctly. You also may have seen on the Black Box channel, or the Black Box Facebook page, a post by Jay William, and he says, if you're working with a curator, here's a good way to name them. His suggestion of naming them was very similar to what I'm giving you here. And this will allow the curator you're working with. So this one is in Erbil. That's in Iraq, Kurdistan, Iraq. I filmed it on the 23rd of January. This is the on 2024. And so if I was sending this to somebody, they would not have to message me and figure out when I did that. Okay, that is not the only way to work with a curator. If you look at messages from Michael Steiner, like I was doing something with him last night, and I said date for Cantor's Deli. So he filmed this famous deli in Los Angeles that has to be editorial, and I messaged him at 6:31 p.m. last night, and at 7:04 p.m. he responded and said it was on March 2nd. So it's that is the kind of, if I didn't get this kind of response from Michael, I simply just wouldn't have the time to work with him and get dates from him. And so, and by the way, I went down to Los Angeles and met with Michael, and you know, I've made lifelong friends on this. Tristan Turner, who I've known now for a couple of years, I've never met in person, and we FaceTime quite regularly, especially when it comes to tips. But it goes beyond that because we you know, we're friends. Ariel Rosenbaum is a great guy to work with. And what he does, he sends me these. He'll send me a sheet with the clips on them. He'll have the date included in case it's editorial. He'll have a Google Maps that'll show me exactly where it was filmed. And sometimes he'll add, you know, information about the clip itself. Well, you know, if you look at a clip and you didn't film it, you may not know the significance of that clip. In fact, you won't know the significance of the clip. And there might even be a little story there that needs to be told very quickly, you know, with just a few words in the description and the keywords. I could do another video on this, guys, but I really think people are overthinking keywords and descriptions. It is very important, true, that you need to put good keywords and descriptions or you're not going to get any sales. But also they need to be very short, clear, and accurate, and don't overthink it. When people are searching, they're searching for monkey eating a banana, not monkey with long tail hanging from a tree eating banana while he gazes up. That's not what they're looking. Put in those important keywords first. You could put on those other things too in the keywords, but monkey eating a banana has got to be right up there, up front, and in the description, because that's think of how you search for things on search engines, and you will find, I'm sure, that you only put in a few words unless you're looking for something very, very specific. Anyway, back to Ariel. Ariel sends me these folders with each clip that he assigns. By the way, Michael and Ariel and other people I work with also work with other curators. And so if you want to have a good collaboration with somebody, I would recommend you contact Ariel. But in addition to doing good work, most people are looking for a collaboration. They're looking for a partnership. They're looking for a friend because they want to. It's their art, and they want to put this in good hands. Other people I work with will message me. Pedro does a lot of amazing travel videos, and he will put a description. In fact, let's go ahead and look in here. He'll put a description of each one, each thing that he does. Let me see if I can find some here. Well, here you go. Clip 421 shows the Oro Bay, Isle of Pines, 425 to 427. Pretty generic, no specific location besides the Isle of Pines. But sometimes he'll be very specific about what's going on, and you can see that he gives me. And if I message him, again, he's going to message me back right away. Ivan and Kaspers down here will do things differently. A lot of times what they'll do is in the description of the clip. Let's go to a clip, for example. Let's just take a clip that's being curated here. When I get the clip, it'll say here in the description, it'll have the Google Maps link, or it'll have a description of what's going on, right here. So when I open the clip, I can find it there. So there's a lot of ways to work with a curator, but what you shouldn't do is assign clips to a curator and have him think that you can read, that he or she can read your mind. That's not going to happen. Let's end this with just some sales data, because that seems to be something that people are interested in all the time. This year is really looking good. And I got 671, which is not that great for January. 791 in February, 792 really. And that's looking good. But March is not over, and it's over $800, and that will be my first month ever over $1,000. If we look at 2023, the closest I ever got to $1,000 was $954. I know a lot of people who are making well over $1,000 every month, but for me, this is very good. Keep in mind that I started with no experience and no training, and just learned from collaborating with people on Black Box and other creators. So 954 is the highest I've ever got to 1,000. You'll note that it's Saturday, March 30th, and you'll say, well, then you're not going to make 1,000 for March 2024, but I will, and I'll show you why. If you look at the historical analytics, I have never made less than, well, here I did 187. I make $200+ if you average this out, it's well over $200 on subscription sales, and those are reported sometime between the 15th and the 20th of every month. And we get paid on the 20th. The payout is on the 20th. So this discount pack will go up. The subscription will be over $200, and this $800 will be over $1,000. And that you can count on that. That goes back a long time that I'll make at least $200 on subscription sales. Also this month, let's just look at the earnings. Let's see, my revenue. Okay. I counted, I think, 8 clips that sold for over $30. 2 today. This one sold for $88. I'm getting a lot of there's one down here for $41. So I'm getting a lot of sales. I think, like I said, 8 that were over $30 this month. There's still going to be those sales that are a couple dollars. A lot of these are for a curator, by the way. So the individual sales, for whatever reason, I'm seeing are trending back up, back on the higher scale of things. And so we're at a good time where we're making subscription sales, we're making discount sales, and we're still getting those individual sales that could be very high, like this one, which is close to $90. Now, people will say, well, what frame rate, and is it 4K? And let me tell you, that doesn't matter. That's not why this is a high selling clip. This is because the person who bought this clip bought a license with the clip. Depending on their use of the clip, they need a license to use it for some kind of distribution. I'll show you what this clip is. I'll play it right here. You can see what it is I tried to mimic some kind of crime scene or something. I've sold this clip many times. And other than that, if you want to look at what sells, please go back to my 2023 summary, and you can find what I sold in 2023, and those trends are continuing. I am seeing more vertical sales, by the way. And so if you really should upload vertical video, or you're missing out on some opportunities there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting and giving me likes. It really helps. And some of the comments, from example, the one from Steve Loudon, helped me decide what to make a video on, which I hope is helpful to everybody. Good luck in selling stock video or whatever else you're doing, and have a good day.